You know what? Jihadism is a prevalent ideology in our region. Israel is not really different than the rest of the Middle East. Jihadism has taken root in the consciousness of many Arabs and Muslims, sadly, and we push back on that. We've existed in that city for 3,800 years. We're an indigenous people in that city, and today it's being claimed that we're somehow foreigners or occupiers. We're pushing back on that narrative and making sure that we continue to exist where we've always lived, next to the tombs of our fathers and mothers in Hebron.
You're a very articulate spokesman for Hebron and the Jewish fact there. I like your allusion to being the indigenous people of the land. That is a very powerful way of phrasing it. But you don't just talk about it, you live there. You are living the fact. Tell our viewers in Canada a little bit about what daily life is like when you're living really in a Jewish enclave surrounded by a population that is at best passive, but at worst actively hoping and working for your death.
First thing, I want to say that not every Arab that lives in Hebron wants to destroy the Jewish people or Israel or the Jewish community in Hebron. There are many, many decent Arabs and tolerant Arabs, but their voices are subjugated, are pushed down because the violent folks, the extremist folks, the jihadists, their first enemy is decent and tolerant Arabs. They want to shut down those voices. And we've had many experiences of Arabs who speak out saying, hey, wait a minute, our cousins have every right to be here. It's a good country, Israel.
Cousins, that's what Muslims call Jews.
That's right. That's what you think of each other at the end of the day as
some Muslims call some Jews
that,
right. And some Jews, because I suppose that's going to the Abrahamic religion. That would be
that's right. Ostensibly we're a Semitic grouping of people. We have a similar language, similar DNA. But anyway, my point is that many Arabs that want to say that and think that way are repressed by that very same jihad that wants to destroy us. With regard to your question, the Jews that live in Hebron are a committed sort. Okay, they are folks that want to make sure to continue to live in that town and to assert our rights. And maybe instead of the peace dialogue, it's a rights dialogue. We have rights to live in the city, and we're not going to be bullied around. I think that's what the return of the Jewish people to the land of Israel and Zionism is in part also about, which is you're not going to push me around anymore. I'm going to be able to defend myself. And there are really two kinds of minorities in the Middle East, armed and unarmed. Okay, so Yazidis, Copts, Christians, they're on the run because they're unarmed. Yeah. But the Kurds, with their Peshmerga, push back on the jihad. Right. They're Muslim, by the way, but they push back on the jihad. So too the Jews, a Semitic minority in our region, push back on the jihad and exist.
Yeah. That's an excerpt from my daily show, the Ezra Levant Show, weekdays at 8 p.m. Eastern. Every day I do a monologue, interview a guest, and read my fan mail and my hate mail. To subscribe, go to therebel.media/shows.